Haven't you heard? I'm the crazy bitch around here.
Okay, for my version of meatloaf, what I like to use is 1 package of ground turkey, 1 package of ground beef. This is, of course, not real lean, but that's fine. Some garlic, fresh onion, cilantro, thyme, oregano, sage, paprika, salt and pepper, 1 package of stovetop stuffing mix or an equivalent onion soup mix, and these are 5 farm fresh eggs that came from my hens, and then ketchup and barbecue sauce to taste. So we'll get started. Okay, mix all your dry spices together in a large mixing bowl, and then add your breadcrumbs, and then we're going to be adding some garlic and 1 finely diced whole onion. Okay, so now I have the breadcrumbs in there, and I'm going to be beating my eggs. So we're going to beat up those eggs, but we're not going to add them in here yet. So what we want to add next to this big pan is, this is 1 teaspoon the fresh garlic, and we'll go ahead and add our my hands are clean, our diced onions. Go ahead and beat my eggs. I want to whip them up real good. And because I know the amount of meat that I'm going to be using, I'm going to go ahead and add, because these are liquids, I'm going to go ahead and add some of my barbecue sauce and some of my ketchup. Need to strip it up. And whisk that together. Okay, after you've whisked everything together, it should kind of, your eggs and your ketchup and your barbecue sauce should look something like this. I've went ahead and I've stirred in my ground garlic and my onions into this dry mixture. So just want to stir all the seasonings up really well. Oops, sorry. One-handed is interesting. Okay, so you get the idea right there, right? Okay, so I'm defrosting my meat right now, and I will not add this liquid into the mixture until I have my meat in here and ground in with that. So hold on. You can see that I have my meat defrosted, and there they are. And so we're just gonna bust those up now. Break them up. And you just start to mix in the breadcrumbs. And the seasonings all together. Oops. And make a big old mess. Spill it out of the pan, of course. Okay, now we have all of the meats mixed up with the dry ingredients. So now we're going to add the glue that binds it, which is the egg and ketchup and barbecue sauce mixture. You just pour that in. And then you mix that together. So you just fold that in. Start working it in, because this is what is going to bind everything together. And the barbecue sauce and the ketchup will also help give it a nice little added flavor. So you can see how that works. So just keep binding it in till it's all mixed in really well. By now you can tell that this has all been mixed together really, really well. Everything's completely mixed in real good, and you want to make sure and have it that way. Now, the reason that I used 5 farm fresh chicken eggs is because when you use ground turkey, it's extremely dry. No matter what percentage of ground beef that you put in there or pork, there isn't enough tallow to help make that ground turkey moist. So I added 2 extra eggs than I normally would due to the fact of using ground turkey. So it's kind of judge your own thing there. Anyways, we'll put it in a pan and start it baking. All right, so you press your meat into your pan that you're gonna bake it in. You don't want it to be any thicker than that because then it won't bake completely through. You wanna heat your stove to 350, and we're gonna bake for a little over an hour just to make sure that it is completely done all the way through. So yeah, we'll check it in an hour and see how we're doing. Getting ready to pop it in.
I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me, but I can't help it that I'm popular.